So all of us, even from a very young age, we have a innate sense of fairness, right? As parents, we experience this. With our children, we have to be very careful to be equitable to them. If we give one of them 5 candies and the other one 4 candies, we're in trouble, right? Same thing, we always expect to get what we do. Here, Jesus compares the kingdom of heaven to a vineyard whose owner went out to hire laborers. In the Bible, we see God's chosen people, Israel, depicted as a vine or a vineyard that God planted. God cared so much for his people, and he faithfully tried to build and grow them as a fruitful vineyard. This landowner kept returning to the marketplace, and he kept hiring anyone who was standing idle. Here we see his compassionate heart. These day laborers were the lowest class of workers. They were entirely dependent on finding work for each day for their survival. If they didn't get hired, their children and families would probably go hungry that day. But thankfully, this landowner had compassion on them, and he kept returning to the marketplace. He could not bear to see them idle. Whether he needed them or not, he hired them and gave them work to do in his vineyard. Being called to work for God is a great privilege. It is the greatest blessing in our life to be called to serve God. Jesus' parable reminds us that God is looking for workers in his kingdom. All through human history and in every phase of the human lifetime, right? Whether one is young or middle-aged or old and retired, God is calling people into his kingdom. It's an ongoing work. He has not stopped calling. He is still looking to hire you and me to be part of his kingdom work. He still wants to give us life and meaning. Praise God that he is a compassionate landowner who seeks us out in our idleness and gives us the privilege to serve him and live for the glory of his name.